I'd like to give our praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, and Shai, Bashim, and Kokadash, everyone on us to the elders that do the message, pushing us true with all truth and sincerity, Shalom. And Rakim, that surrounding about the four corners of the earth, pushing us truth with all truth and sincerity, Shalom. And this is just going to be a quick little topic that this is just various events that's going on around the world, just a little update, on the events that's taking place. And this is CNN news, and it says Supreme Court spectacle of Trump's birthright censorship order. Several conservatives torn into administration reading of the history proceeding tied to the Fourth Amendment citizenship cause. Trump considers quitting NATO. This is another one. It says Trump considers quitting NATO, says Iran war could end soon. And knowing that we can speculate, knowing that this war in Iran, the least they're not gonna let a good cause, good situation go to waste. So, me and I'm sure you brothers, we can't see this war ending, man. If anything, it'll come to barely paraphrasing peace and safety, and sudden destruction, man. If anything. But no, we can't really see this war just dying down and ending, man. Because these Edomites, they gotta pay for what they have done to the planet Earth, man. And the earth, the people, the heathens, they're tired, man. They're tired of this damn devil in rulership, ultimately, man. Which Yahweh by Shemal Shai created Esau to be the wicked man, so he's fulfilling his purpose, ultimately, man. But the heathens and the earth, man, is worn out, especially the elect, the Israelite man. We're worn out being under these damn devils, man. Which Yahweh by Shemal Shai created them to be purposely to be in place to be the damn devil and to be wicked, man. So they're ultimately they're fulfilling their goal and their purpose, through Yahweh by Shemal Shai. And one article says walking away from the Strait of Hormuz won't make gas prices cheap again, man. And I think just yesterday it went up to what, $4 now, and what I can see on the planet Earth that we're seeing a lot of plagues and pestilence coming to the planet Earth. Going back to Matthew chapter 24. And we're seeing a lot of plagues coming upon the planet Earth, man, and these people aren't they see it, but they're not really alarmed until it gets worse, man. And there's one scripture that came to my mind that I can't recollect, but it's when it says when plagues or pestilence or should slowly I think calm or gain or slowly creep, and people are still unaware, something like that. I lost it. So a lot of people, they're not really understanding what this means for America, man. And these plagues and pestilence are slowly coming upon the planet Earth, man. Dealing with gas prices, dealing with stuff in storage not being on the shelves, man. people, insects, killing one another, man. Insects are coming out, biting people, all types of madness, man. And people are doing evil ass stuff, man. A lot of people are getting eviler and eviler, man. By the day, but you know, and then this, man, pestilence, man. Raw milk cheese is tied to E. coli outbreak. What to know according to the doctor, man. So they're finding boo boo particles in milk and cheese, man. And this is crazy, man. And it shows you that we are at the end, man. Dealing with this, man. Esau and Edom, man. Yahweh by Shemel Shai is about to close this out, man. And good riddance to these damn devils, man. Because we lived under their wickedness for however long, and now Yahweh by Shemel Shai is finally, hearing our prayers, and he's gonna do away with these damn devils, man. And it can't be sooner, man. Because the wickedness that they have done on the planet Earth is greatly, it needs greatly correcting, man, and judgment. So. And these damn devils, man, they're fighting against each other, man, and that's going all the way up to the elites too, man, because they know that their time is short. Just not too long ago, the Rockefellers, they brought out an email saying the end is near, man. So how much more closer are we to the end than now, man? If the damn elites come out saying we're close, we're near the end, how close are we? We're so close to where any day, any week, months, stuff can pop off, man. We're in the scene where they could very well use everything is up on the table, man. They could very well use all types of major events to cause this system to collapse, and for them to bring out order out of chaos, man. Shutdowns, infighting, shatters GOP unity in a critical sketch for Trump. Stretch for Trump, my God. And they always want to put a dang Israelite under the bus, man. They always want to, I guess, draw Jake's attention to shit that doesn't even really matter, man. So we all seen and we all heard of Tiger Woods DUI charges, and then they put it at the forefront so people can get distracted, and they just been doing this. It's been a constant thing that they have gradually bring out some nonsense, some famous person, some actor, chaos actor, to the forefront to push everything from what's really going on, man. And it's that's just how these damn devils roll, man. But it's coming to a time to where they're gonna have to just come with it, man. And they know it themselves, man. They know that their time is almost up. And let me look. Yeah, and then as we can see now, that the cities are overly packed, man. There's too many damn people in one spot, man. You know, you know, and to be honest, in my opinion, man, there's too many damn people in general. You know, I'm just speaking as a man. There's too many damn people in general, man. On this damn planet Earth, man. And I'm not, and it's just wicked people, man. And these damn heathens, you know. But there's too many people in these damn cities, man, in one spot, man. And they could very well release pathogen or anything to do away with these damn people, man. And I wouldn't blink an eye, you know, on these damn people, man. Cause think how evil that they are, and how crazy that they drive, man. And I've been witnessing that people been driving careless less more and more, man. And not even me, but other brothers been witnessing that how people been driving on the damn road. It doesn't make any sense, you know. And these Americans, man, they've been living paycheck to paycheck. So when Friday hits, that's when they can get their little drugs and alcohol on the side, man. And go out and just get all drugged up, man. You know. So very well, brothers, we be driving amongst uh, 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 drug addict individuals, man. And which is very it's very safety hazard, man. Driving next to a guy that just did lines of coke and he's coked out of his mind, man. And you got kids in the car, man. That could very well lead to a a, um a crash, man. You know. But we be driving next to all manners of evilness and wickedness, man. And this is why Yahweh Bashim Shai has to protect us, man, through these times, man, that we are in. You know, because it's getting bad out here, man. People be I witnessed it myself, man. People come into my job and they'll be coked out of their minds, or they'll be on some different type of substance to where they can't really be normal in a normal setting. And you can witness, like, hey, like, I see that this man is moving weird, or he's twitching, or he can't stop moving, and then he'll get back in his car and drive off, man. Or he'll be looking to buy something and walking around the whole damn store doing 360s around the damn store and then leave, man. And this is the type of society that America, Babylon, produces, man. Coked out individuals, all different types of substances, and not even one substance. They'll be on two or three substances, man. You know, which makes it even worse, man, because you know they could very well kill somebody, man. You know, but it's coming to a time to where all this is about to be done away with, man. You know, and we can't say it enough, but when it finally happens, man, it's gonna be a relief, man. You know, it's gonna be a relief. Pregnant mom fights off wielding stranger outside. Knife wielding stranger outside the grocery store. Police say. So these people, man, they own all types of. They're getting crazier and crazier by the day, man. You know. And the funny thing is, they'll like to call brothers, and us all types of slanders, crazy, all types of slanders, man, which is not true, and they're even crazier because they wanna stay and be catered in a society like this, man. in a society that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai destroyed uh, 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 long ago, which he's gonna destroy Babylon again, man. This Babylon, this present Babylon. And they want to stay in a society like this that's about to get destroyed, and that's about to and famine and pestilence is about to hit this place, which is already taking place, but it's about to, you know, it's about to come full effect, man. We're about to enter Jacob's trouble, man. You know, but that's all I really see, man. You know, all I really see. And going back to Matthew chapter 24, on down. There's a lot of we're hearing rumors of wars. We're hearing what, kingdom against kingdom. Nations against nations. Famines, pestilence, earthquakes, and on Matthew chapter 24 verse 8, it says, all these are the beginnings of sorrow. So this is just the beginning, man. And not too long ago, I heard the farmers, they're struggling with I think if I'm not mistaken, money or something, but they're struggling, man. They can't really keep up, and I'm pretty sure that they're shutting down, their family business that they've been doing from generations and generations. They're shutting down, man. So we're here, and this is just the beginning, man. It's all about the speed up, and it's all about to get worse, as longer as we get to the end, man, to Yahweh Shai's coming, man. Because once Yahweh Shai's pulls up, man, the nation of Israel, we're gonna be taken care of, man. And that's what people don't understand. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has done all this to bless us and to take care of us, and we're gonna benefit, man. Once this society goes down, even as this society goes down, we're gonna benefit Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, those that are of the elect, man. We're gonna be taken care of. We're gonna be blessed, even more blessed when Yahweh Shai shows up, because Yahweh Shai is gonna take care of his people, man. You gotta remember the elect, man. They're the future rulers and the future citizens of the kingdom to come, man. And they're gonna be taken care of, man. So once Yahweh Shai comes, man, it's a wrap. We're gonna be taken care of. We're not gonna have to want no more, man. We're not gonna have to be stressing about being under these damn managers and people not treating you right, and you stressing about financial money and what's going on in your household, man. We're gonna be taken care of. We're not even gonna have to worry about what we're gonna eat the next day, man, because we're gonna have servants, man. We're gonna be building systems in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's kingdom, man. We're gonna be building in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's kingdom, man. We're gonna be building food systems. We're gonna be building slave systems. We're gonna be building different types of systems, man. We're not just gonna even close going to resources and stuff like that, man. We're gonna be building, man. We're not gonna have to worry about who's moving where and how we're gonna build this, or how we're gonna eat, or how we're gonna get there, man. Some of this stuff that we struggle on this side is gonna be the least of our worries, man. And we're gonna really realize how everything that we are struggling on this society, on this side, and in this flesh is gonna be small. It's gonna be like nothing, man. And just the example, you think You think uh, the Heavenly Father sitting up there worrying about um, earthly problems, man? You know, no, man. He's in a different atmosphere, in a different mind state. You know, he doesn't worry about what he's gonna eat, man. You know how he's gonna get money and bread tomorrow, man. You know, and that's just the example of how the elect is gonna be, man. We're gonna be immortal in bodies, man. We're gonna be able to go through portals, you know, go to different planets, you know, you know, uh, move stuff with our minds, teleport, spawn in, put resources together, man. Transfer one resource into another, man. What they're doing with similar to what they're doing with CERN and stuff, man. Putting atoms and together and squishing it. We're gonna be able to take what I think charcoal, or I think that's how you make a diamond. We're gonna be able to take charcoal in our hand and push it together and make a diamond, man. You know, something that takes what I think 1,000 years or something like that to that effect to make, man, with because the immense pressure that it needs, you know. But we're gonna be able to do that in just a second, man. You know, and if you don't even want it in a second, man, you can spawn it in, man. We're gonna take the earth back in righteousness, man. And these heathens, they're gonna get their just due. They're gonna get their judgment, but it's gonna be balanced, man. They're gonna be under us for some time, you know, and to pay back for what they have done to us. But ultimately, when it's all said and done, they're gonna live in peace, man. They're not gonna have to worry, man. They're not gonna have to be under these damn devils, exploiting and um and taking advantage of them, man. You know, you know, because that's what these damn devils do, man. This is why Yahweh Bashim Yahushai created them. Because this is their purpose, man, is to wreak havoc, to wreak evil and wickedness on the planet Earth. But now their time is up. Now they see that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is about to come, man, and is about to be on his way, man. So they gotta speed things up, because what the earth, the what time doesn't wait for no man, man. Because we're small down here, man. We're just like, compared to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he looking down at us as little worms, man. So how much more these heathen nations, man? They're like, they're like little microorganisms, and we're the worms, man. We should be eating the dang microorganisms, man. So these little nations, they're small, man. But he made sure that he put those small microorganisms over the worms, man. To show his might, to show his power. But now he's about to turn it all around, man. Now we're about to actually be able to enjoy the earth, man, and to feed off these heathen nations that has done us wrong, man. And that's ultimately meant for them to be in subjection by us, man. We're gonna dominate this whole entire planet, under Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, of course. But we're gonna be able to dominate this whole planet, man. We're gonna put this planet back in subjection. We're gonna have Esau and these heathen nations clean up the dang planet, because not just Esau that dirtied up the planet. You got these other nations, man. Some worse than others, man. Because goddamn, man. I looked in even Israelites, man. Israelites, they're bad at polluting the earth, man. And I'm not saying that, sometimes I don't throw trash around in the forest or whatnot, but I try to clean up, man. The best way, I'll try to make sure I do my part, man. But when people don't do their part, man, you'll see damn lakes filled with just garbage, man. And it's like, what the hell? You know, look at these other countries, man. They got damn rivers filled with plastics, and all types of shit, man. You know, so Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai knows what he's doing, man. And we're coming down to the wire to where this damn devil, he's gonna have to come with it, man. Because we're getting close, man. And I don't see this Iran turning back or saying, we forgive you, Trump. I just see it getting worse and worse by the day, man. You know, gas prices is shooting up. So what that means for the American people, that more hell is coming, man. You know, and especially since you need gas to go to work. So that's playing with the American people's money. And one thing about the American people, man, to where their money is like everything, man. Not including their house or their cars, man, but playing with their money and their wallet. They'll get that righteous Edomite, righteous American Edomite, to tote guns, man. To stand up, man. You know, but they're playing with the Americans' wallets and their way of living, man. That could very well turn into Egyptian against Egyptian, man. And then you got some righteous American Edomites. They're blaming MAGA, man. So there's a division in between them, man. Which is stupid at the end of the day, man. Because they're blaming the ones that's right in front of them, which they should be blaming the third party that has been watching them, for centuries, man. Which the third party is all the way up to the elites, man, going back. But they just been watching them fight each other, cause division while they come in and pacify the situation, try to, and it's just been a rotation of these things, man. You're on this team, I'm on this team, red, blue, which keeps them at keeps the American people in a subdued and slave mindset, man. Which shows you that the American people, they're not smart. They're not smart, man. And it's especially the Israelites that wants this place to continue, man. Go vote. Still in 2026, to go vote. It's all because of Trump's in office. But it's much more than just Trump being in office and you not voting for the right person in office, man. And God got us at the end of the day. He's gonna bless America, man. It's much more, and look right now, that's the spirit that people. It says here, stop trusting political parties to save urban America. It's time for us to rise and rebuild, man. And that goes all the way back to Egyptian against Egyptian, man. That movie Leave the World Behind. What type of American are you? And there's different types of Americans, man. There's different types of Americans. Some trust in the system, some does not. And some's going to trust into the systems to where they end up taking the MOTV, which is written. But, we're in these times, man. Division, chaos, the war, pestilence, famines is brewing, man. So I'd like to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Yahweh.